Is everyone awake, excited? It's 4 p.m., so there's not too much left before drinks and dinner. Don't all get excited at once. Cool. Well, thank you all for coming. Obviously, what a beautiful event the team has put on, and thank you for having me and coming and learning a little bit about Aptos today. I wanted to spend time really focusing on why Asia and building has been so special for Web3 and for Aptos specifically. So I'll kind of dig into that, and hopefully that'll take us into a majority of the conversation. And if there's time left, given if there's audience participation, we'll get into questions. So a lot of people ask us, why Aptos in Asia, and why have you been so successful here? Asia started off for Aptos way before Aptos came to market. And 4.5 years ago, while I was still at Facebook, I was spending time with a investment firm called Iron Gray. And they shared some interesting moments around the aspirations of a lot of the builders in this part of the world. I was at Facebook building DM, of course, and we knew that there was going to be some interesting developments coming out of this part of the world. And so that journey just kind of that part of my journey stuck with me when we first raised from A16Z and others in our seed round. And fast forward, we ended up bringing an amazing group of Asian and Korean investors specifically to join the Aptos journey. Folks like Hashed joined us. Iron Gray, of course, invested in us. And folks like YG and Hybe, managers of Blackpink and BTS, ended up supporting this journey. But they were interested in what Web3 can really do for these respective industries, whether that be places like media and entertainment to gaming, even the future of finance. We of course launched the protocol, and one of the first places we realized we needed to come to was to come to Seoul. We saw early budding components of what the developers could potentially build if they had the best technology in their hands. And we found a few special folks, projects that were willing to push the boundaries of finance and willing to evolve the industries of gaming, and even change the way social distribution and even asset custody works. And we're very proud of some cases today. One of them is a special group of folks and a project called Merkle Trade. Patrick and Ye, they had this vision of building a perp dex that took advantage of technology that we had. They came to our hackathon in almost a year and a half ago, and were interested in how do you actually have parallel transaction processing, because that didn't exist. We of course showcased to them Block STM, which is enables parallel transaction processing. We're the inventors of parallelization, mouthful word, and they were able to build a perp dex that rivals anything in market. And today, they've done $5 billion of volume. That number might be changing, by the way, just because of everything happening in market. And they've raised funds from amazing tier 1 investors. They took Aptos, they took Move, and did some stuff that no one else was able to do in the Web3 world. And an amazing journey for them so far. Another group of builders they started off in a company called NPixel, and were excited about changing gaming, making gaming more fair, more transparent, enabling digital assets that can cut across different types of gaming experiences. And NPixel was brave enough to embark on that journey, but unfortunately was never able to fulfill it. However, a group of engineers decided they can bring that journey to life. They founded a company called Supervillain. Joseph Lucas, among others, ended up raising tens of millions of dollars, are now independent. They're actually based right here in Korea. And they're taking advantage of things like on-chain randomness that's verified and ensures transparency for their games. They take advantage of being able to bring NFTs to a gaming experience without disrupting the gaming experience itself. And so if I think about everything from the world of finance to the world of gaming and how Web3 impacts all these different industries, you have developers right here in Asia, right here in Korea, that are building these next generation products. And they can only be built on top of Aptos. Builders in Web3 can go far. They can shape the way these industries work, but they can't go far by themselves. And what we realized very early on, and going back to my days of not only being at Meta, but also places at BlackRock, you very quickly understand the value of reach, of distribution, the power that exists with large companies that still have millions, if not billions of users waiting to try the future of what Web3 can bring. Those folks have been completely untapped. Part of why Facebook was trying to build the future of money, making it seamless to go across borders, but bringing Web3 to billions of people. Today, when we look at what Aptos was focused on for the last 2.5 years, was seeking not only the best developers in Web3, but establishing partnerships with these large pockets of distribution. I see Jenna here in the crowd, and one of our focuses is to bring developer talent not only here in Korea, but to extend integration capabilities with these large companies. We partnered with folks like South Korea Telco. They have 30 million subscribers today right here in Korea. They have relationships with other telcos all across Asia. They have projects or products like Pass that allow people to take advantage of verification and identity and enable Web3 products right within their natively within their products. And when we heard their story and why Web3 was interesting to them, we knew we had to partner with someone like SKT. Today, T-Wallet has integrated Aptos. We're the preferred blockchain in that wallet. And the reason we're a preferred blockchain is because of all the different components that we bring, enable in that wallet experience. A transaction settles in under 1 second. End-to-end latency, sub-second finality is unheard of still today in the space. We feel those challenges as builders. You get that on Aptos, and SKT is excited, obviously, of integrating that. You have cost of a transaction. A transaction on Aptos is incredibly cheap. How cheap? Well, if you look at, EIP 4844 that just went into implementation, it enables things like dank sharding and L2 optimization. A transaction cost on Ethereum can now be, single-digit cents, anywhere from 1 cent to 9 cents. That's good. But a transaction on Aptos is 1,000th of a cent, microcents, and there's no L2 needed. That's something that really gives a lot of power to someone like SKT to make sure that millions and one day maybe even billions of people can integrate and use Web3. Again, folks like Merkle and Supervillain are taking advantage of that. And so as they build these products, the cost of gas and these transactions is incredibly cheap relative to the entire market. So, SKT came knocking on our door. They're integrated with their wallet on Aptos, and they realized now we need applications. We want to speak with all of your developers. And so some of those developers are sitting here in the room, and you may have had conversations with them already. Now, what do you get? You get an amazing Web3 product that no longer has to worry about a few 100,000 users. You can now tap into millions of users right here in Korea. And we're going to expand that, obviously, beyond the borders of just one country. Exciting stuff for distribution. We also have an amazing set of partners. Excuse me 1 second. We also have an amazing set of partners beyond just telcos. When we look at how loyalty points work today, they're incredibly closed off. They're not as interoperable as they should be with other consumer experiences. And when we ran into partners like Lotte, they saw the vision of what Web3 can bring. how you can take points from different ecosystems and make them extensible. It's hot up here. And now these points will eventually take advantage of all the benefits of Web3. And that's something that we're excited about. Those points can now be extended into products and applications beyond the ones that just Lotte has, and create a much more inclusive and much more collaborative, truly open Web3 economy. And so points evolve in this world and bridge that consumer experience that we would all love to have. And that's something we're very proud of with our partnership with someone like Lotte. And so looking at not only SKT and Lotte, we also saw the opportunity in large infrastructure partners. Partners like Google saw what you can potentially do in gaming and optimize for making the game developer experience even better. Last week was Game Developer Conference, or GDC, in San Francisco. A lot of the Korean gaming companies were there. And we were working together with Google to offer a full stack solution. So if a game studio, a large one like, let's say, Netmarble, who we happen to be working with as well, doesn't want to worry about things like custody, asset tokenization standards, token management, and even indexing, all of these things can be provided directly within a GCP environment, powered all by Google. That also now extends distribution in very large ways. Of course, identity and other cool things that we're working on, like Identity Connect, which allows you to log in with your Gmail username, or your Facebook, or even your Twitter username, makes that experience even better. And so these Web3 developers combined, and the innovation that they're building, combined with the distribution power of Web2, is what really is going to change the world of Web3. It's going to make Web3 synonymous. It's going to bring Web3 in the hands of users that haven't touched Web3, nor will they need to worry about what the complexities that exist within having to use Web3. No different than the world of Web2 had eventually evolved to, where today no one really thinks about, I'm using an internet Web2 application. And so we're incredibly excited about the work that we're doing here with some of these partners. Now, a lot of you are, maybe local, either to Korea or nearby Asian markets. And you're probably thinking, how do we extend that into other markets? We're fortunate to have had another great set of investors across these different markets, whether it's someone like Temasek in Singapore, to other partners in different Asian markets. And so the work that we did here in Korea, we're already extending into markets like Singapore, Hong Kong, where next week we're hosting our DeFi summit. Aptos has reached over $500 million of TVL. It's one of the fastest growing TVLs in market today. And we're taking some of our best ecosystem projects and showcasing the power of what they can do on Aptos. They'll all be on display in Hong Kong next week. So if you want to come by, I don't know if there's any seats available, but feel free to apply to attend. We'll also be demonstrating how the world of traditional finance is going to blend into the world of DeFi. And so all that work is going to be showcased next week as well. And then finally, putting all that together into where money can go and how these different markets can benefit from things like micropayments and making remittances even more efficient is something we're very keen on. If you look at the economy of money movement, not only in Asia, but across the globe, 1 in 9 people rely on remittances as their primary source of income. Unfortunately, when it comes to the cost of those remittances, it can be anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15% in terms of costs. With money on Aptos, programmable money, those fees go down significantly to, again, microcents that I mentioned. And so remittances and things like micropayments become incredibly cheap, making money move around in continental Asia far more efficient compared to anything else out in market today. And of course, bridging money from Asia to other global markets is going to be something we're working on next. And so look for more exciting announcements there. So the work we're doing, the work we've done over the last 2.5 years, we're very fortunate to be building on that pillar and moving it forward in places like Singapore, in Hong Kong, in Vietnam, all places that we'll be present with in some of the conferences. And so I'm looking forward to showcasing our ecosystem there. This video did not play, so I don't know who has the clicker. So can someone hit play on that? All right, that's 15 minutes late, so I get to go for 15 more minutes. All right, just kidding. Everyone is like, please, no more speeches. We're ready for drinks. Even my daughter is ready for drinks. And one of the things that I wanted to showcase beyond just some of the work that we're doing here is talking about the conferences that are taking place around the world. And if you look at some of the events, Korea Blockchain Week is a very exciting one for us. I think I've been to Asia 6 times last year, dedicating a lot of our energy and our efforts in building. This year, we're very excited to announce Aptos Experience, which is right on time. Perfect timing, actually, now that I think about it. So scan this QR code, and you'll have an opportunity. We're going to select 50 people and fly them to Seoul this fall, to Aptos Experience, which will take place a few days right before Korea Blockchain Week. We're obviously very grateful for the work in the Korean community, the broader Asian community, and we'll be spending a lot more time in Asia. I'll probably be eating a lot more delicious food relative to what I have to eat in Silicon Valley and Palo Alto. But the beauty of that is we get to bring Silicon Valley here, showcase not only the best of the projects that are building, but bring our talent so that we can help complement the existing skills and the existing projects that are out in market today. And so that's something, we hope you take full advantage of. Move, which on cue as well, is something that has been cutting edge. If you're a developer, if you're a builder, if you're an entrepreneur, you probably can see all the different projects that are getting funded that are building on the next generation of technology. I think about how young Web3 still is today, right? It didn't start off in a silo where, millions of people started using it right away. When I look at the clear sort of analogies to Web2, Yahoo may have looked like it was a clear winner back in the early days of the internet when Yahoo Mail and Yahoo Search came out. How many people use that technology today? People are always moving towards next generation tech. So if you want things like parallel transaction processing, very low gas fees, the ability to settle transactions globally in under 1 second, faster than any blockchain today, with an incredibly powerful mechanism of safety and security, coupled with reliability, you can only get that on Aptos. It's a technology that's here and available today. You don't have to wait for it tomorrow. And a lot of these projects are taking advantage of it, and they're right here in Asia. And so we'll continue to be here and help support them. And I hope you guys will all be building and reaching out, and we're happy to help support your journey and growth as well. So with that, I'm happy to sort of pause. If there's any questions for the next 6 minutes, I can take some. Or otherwise, I'm happy to give some time back to everyone. Any questions? For any technical questions, please reach out to Jenna, who is sitting there, is waving very low. Give us a little higher wave. There he is, right there. If you want to connect with any of our partners and understand their developer experience, please feel free to reach out to myself, Christy, or others. We're always available. If no questions, I will leave it to back to the stage. Cool. Awesome. Thank you all.